Blight makes right.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Ultima Origin of Oblivion, the big bad from Final Fantasy XVI. It makes your colorless lands tap for twice as much, and it can blight your opponent's lands on attack, making it so they lose all abilities and can only tap for colorless. This doubles your mana, can reduce your opponent's ability to do fixing, and take away land abilities. With Ultima, we're going to want to ramp, getting to 5 mana, attack in with Ultima so we get that on attack ability, and then use Ultima's ability to play big colorless spells. Like most colorless decks, this is a lot of ramp in the 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then once we get Ultima out, we can play these huge high-cost creatures and other utility spells. If Ultima doesn't land, that's fine, because we're playing the best that colorless has to offer, which does mean we're limited, especially in interaction, but we still do have some great pieces. So let's take Ultima into the queue and unleash our ultimate power. Garnet, Princess of Alexandria, likes to tell stories and tell them twice. She rewinds sagas. This hand I think is too slow. Not having a 2-drop, even though I'm going first, is real scary against Garnet. So I'm going to mulligan, and wow, it's kind of slower. It's got the same 3-drop, one of the same 3-drops. At least it's a ramping 3-drop, I guess. Yeah, this is going to grow as they attack in, taking Saga's counters away and making Garnet bigger. Oh, and there's this scrawling crawler again. Who shuffled this? I'm going to play Scrawling Crawler. This may be the only thing that will be able to, like, block and deal with it. And most of their removal is going to be either Sagas, just a guess, or exiling, because they are an enchantment stack. You think the Arena Shuffler is being paid off by Big Crawler? Holla holla get Crawler. I think I got Ossification, Archon, this and that. Okay. So next turn they could exile this. Okay, we both get to draw. No Elemental Blast. Sweet. That's actually one of my very, very few pieces of removal. I could play the Liberator, just like setting up for fast things. I'm going to play the Fleshraker instead. I'm going to attack in with the Scrawling Crawler. Sweet. Are the Final Fantasy XVI Wastes in Arena? I think they are, but these are really pretty. You go for the removal. First, the Kami of Transience. This is going to also put counters on things as a enchantment center. It just puts counters on itself. And they go for Ossification. On cast, they beef up Garnet, and they get a little counter there. And who do you exile? The Scrawling Crawler, which hurts you on card draw with a glaring Fleshraker. I will, in response, kill Garnet, which gets me a little guy, which gets 1 damage on their face. Little guy acquired. Bye, glaring Fleshraker. Boop. And now it's time to play a game called Can I Keep Ultima Alive? And the answer is usually no. So I actually just got this, which makes me want to go for the Liberator Swiftfoot Boots instead. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the Liberator line. I will again attack with the Scrawling Crawler. If they want to trade, this does come back eventually. Yeah, Swiftfoot Boots help. Grand Abolisher. Okay, well, I have to do this now. I don't have many things that go fast, but Liberator would give me flash. So I play Liberator, I get the boots out, Liberator gets a counter, and now I can't do anything except for block. cash grab. We get a permanent. Let's see. There's reprobation. They could take away abilities. Xanarkin, Shelter by... Oh, God. Shelter by Ghost is so good. They agree. They got the reprobation, though. Getting 1 white mana here. The path has... You would let me have a land? Thank you. Almost all my lands are basics because I'm running Winter Orb. We each draw. Hey, Void Winnower. Okay, if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use me with 4, which is not enough to go crazy. They don't have any non-basics, but I could still take away colors on something. And at least Ultima will be very well protected because hexproof. Hexproof is good, y'all! And you know what? Hexproof and Ward 1. Why not? I'm gonna blight your snow... You're gonna blight your forest. Yeah, get him! Now I have to survive to next turn, and then I can have a speed Ulamog. Mox Amber, they don't have any legends out yet. You also have just like lethal in the air if nothing else happens. How many feet does Ultima have? Well, he has 4 arms, so maybe he has 4 legs. I just can't see them. They're playing Garnet. Scrawling Crawler. What a reprobate. Two feet, but 20 toes? Hell yeah. I'll take the damage. And now I have untapped with Ultima. And I have 4 Eldrazi in my hand. I could cast them, but also I just have lethal on attack, so GG. Tiamat, a 5-headed dragon that fetches 5 dragons when it enters. I have ramp, potentially card draw, symmetrical card draw, and card draw punishment. More ramp and whatever you want to call the One Ring. A good card. I'll keep this. Hopefully we get another land. There's plenty of them in the deck. And I guess it's going to be a race against the dragons. Ooh, that's a nice one. Okay, I gotta decide if I want to go for Zenith Chronicler or Ornithopter first. I'm gonna go for the Chronicler. Even though this would be ramp, it's not ramp that I would be changing what I can play on the next turn. And if they do play a multicolored spell, this will benefit me. Oh, they're spelunking. Just getting more lands into play. Come on, don't you want to play Growth Spiral? Don't you wanna? Miss Dragon Queen? Miss Dragon God? Believe it or not, there's a lot of very good dragons in Magic. Swing in. And I have like a one-off fog with the One Ring. Rampant growth, more monocolor, green ramp. Aww. They destroyed my little guy. And I also didn't get a land, so I'll play Ironcrag into Ornithopter of Paradise. Had I gotten a land, maybe I could go for Ultima and try to hinder their fixing. If I can cut them off from a color, I could slow down Tiamat, but I'm unable to do so. They got the lands. Oh, I have 3 lands. They have 7, by the way. And they're going to put 5 dragons in their hand. So they're saying a 10 mana card that's going to be, well, if I had gotten a land last turn and played Ultima, I would have been able to possibly cast Ulamog the turn after, because my lands could tap for double. Same with Forsaken Monument. Okay, they got Stormscale, Twin Maw, Goldspan, Kolaghan. I'll tap you for a colored mana. You for colored mana. Go for Forsaken Monument. And Fog Champ. I can't draw off the 1 ring here since it costs 1 in Brawl. But this should help me survive this turn. A Hoarding Broodlord lets them tutor and also cast their exiled spell with Convoke. So that's whatever their mystery card is. But can your mystery card stop Ulamog? I guess I'll find out. Do I have enough mana to do both? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then... Yes, okay, I have enough. I just have to tap carefully. Go for Ultima. No, I'm good. And I will hit their, I think, Hoarding Broodlord and maybe a land. I could also hit just like both the dragons. Is that their only red source? Okay, that's any color for dragons. No Iron Crag, not yet, sweetie. Ooh, it's it! Okay, Ulamog's fine with this. Single target land destruction. I mean, part of what this deck does is it's trying to cut off multicolored decks. When I run into monocolored decks with this, I really do suffer, because the benefit of Ultima over, say, Ugin is you can do a thing to lands. Let me see if I can find a method of lethal here. Can destroy Spelunking. See what we get off key. Probably nothing. Time Warp, but it's not like I can cast it. I'll be able to cast it in the future, though. Okay. Booting. And now I'll give Ultima the boots. Ironcrag yearns for violence. We crave it. Yeah, Scrawling Crawler would have dealt, like, probably 1 damage to them. They don't have, like, big card draw damages that they had sought out. And they haven't played the Dragon Storm that makes all their dragons free to cast, which is, I assume, what they want to do, and that's part of why I hit their lands. Cool, we win! GG! Eshki, Teamers, roar. The bigger your creatures are, the more you get from Eshki. Dealing direct damage, drawing cards, and making Eshki grow. I have some very, very fast ramp in this hand, which is fun, but what am I ramping into is... Well, I'm going to have to find something to ramp into is the answer there. They're also going to be sort of ramping. They're going to be discounting their cards And I'm gonna hope that Key to the Archive finds me the perfect card. Okay, that's a way to kill a thing. Take the Electrolyze. That's a Fanatic of Ronus. And a Gurk's Uprising. Nice. Good with all those big things. If I play Ultima, I can, like, swing in, nullify a land, try to take away their red source. Or I could kill the Anarchomancer. I'm gonna try to shut off a land. No Iron Crag. So I'm going to say you're blue or red. I'm going to go with red. I'm going to say your red mana actually just taps for colorless. They immediately played another red source. Dang it. Rhythm of the Wild. Okay. And a Pugnacious Hammer Skull. They can give it haste. They will draw a card. But if they attack in with it, it will remain tapped. Okay, a Great Henge. Seems pretty great. I'll take 8. Ow. I'm going to start by hitting this Anarchomancer. Drawing a card, seeing what I get. I mean, it's a little bit of protection. I don't have anything for Ugin's Labyrinth here, but I have enough mana to cast anything anyway. I just have to get the card. This taps for so much green. This taps for so much green. I'm just going to get in the damage where I can, and I'll cut them off from blue. I'm gonna try to hit the blue this time. So they have red. They have green. Oh boy, do they ever have green. And I have protection from colorless on one little tiny creature. This is a tree. I should be able to blight it. You're right. It is a tree and I should be able to blight it. This is also blue or red mana. Curse your ability to continuously get the colors. So they didn't give this haste because they know I'll be able to freely block it. Oh, they're going to give that haste, though. That's a Galta. Maybe should have given her haste. I think I'm dead anyway, though. I can only prevent 2 damage. They probably just drew that. Speaking of Galta, hey, girl. Hey, girl. Ow. GG, Eshki. Ardan the Usurper will be a slow controlling deck, ramping up to an 8-mana commander, and then using that commander to reanimate creatures, turning them into vile demons. Or just reanimating demons that become demons. And all their demons will get Menace, Lifelink, and Haste. Hi, my hand has ramp in it. Which one do you want to hit? Mind Stone? Okay, yep, Worn Power Stone. That's fair, that's fair. I will play Mind Stone. It is a good stone. It's a cool rock. They're drawing cards. I'll play Field of Ruin, and I want to check out what's in their hand. I can play Ultima next turn, but I don't get too much out of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for Keep Ultima Alive. Okay, so card draw / demon, card draw, make me hurt bad. Can kill, but can't kill Ultima next turn, so I'm going to hit this Fell. Behold, Ultima! Now, if Ultima gets to live, I can smash a swamp next turn. I know that's a bit of a big if, but, you know, you take what you can get. They can play Shouldred, body my thought not see ya. Oh, they're ramping and digging. This also lets them discard a card, specifically a creature card, to get back with Ardan, making it bigger, badder, and nastier than before. What gets dropped here? Liliana, that is not a creature. Okay, I will play... Let's see. I have 11 mana? Okay. Ironcrag. Sundering Titan. Pop a Swamp. And swing in for 8. And I'll turn your Castle Lock Twain into a nothing. They lose a life to that. They do have mana of any color on the key to the archive. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana here. Yeah, it's the Phyrexians. They took it over. Except you're not Phyrexian. You're from Final Fantasy 16. But I don't know what you do. I assume you, like, remove the nature of reality. That sounds like something you would do. R.I.P. Ultima. They are going to get to draw a card because of the Thought-Not Seer. But hey, Sundering Titan's still alive. Oh, hey, Ugin. Okay. If I play Ultima and transform that, I'm 1 mana short of being able to equip it. Okay, Ugin. I know this, like, technically takes them a little bit further from where I'd want them to be, but I'm still doing it. Draw a card. He's like an extra-dimensional oil baron? Why is he got so many arms? He's stealing the natural energy of a planet for his own end? Ultima, that's rude. You shouldn't do that. Is it time for demons? Or are they gonna name demon? One of the most fun things I found in this deck is anything that buffs and doubles abilities, I like to name demon on, but specifically for Cavern of Souls, in my Ardan deck, I usually name Elder because there's a bunch of Elder demons in a deck like Grizzlebrand, and then also Ardan. Sundering Titan, swing for lethal. Sundering Titan, explode their swamp. They can bring that back, but it will hurt them if they do. I'm trying to think through Moonsilver Key. There's nothing to exile on that. That's fine. Crack the key. Typically with key, I'm grabbing Forsaken Monument. I'm just double checking if there's anything better. I don't think so. I think it's just going to be Monument. As it always is, it always has been. And next turn, Ugin ults. And if they do not get rid of him, they'll have to attack him with whatever they reanimate here. Actually, what creatures are even available? Oh no, is it? You take the Thought-Not Seer. R.I.P. Emrakul. It'd be so funny if that wasn't there and I had to hit the other one. Yeah, so they can attack Ugin with this. Bop. I have plenty of mana. This is not what I crave. Game? You're very silly. This lands. Okay, Ironcrag. Only because you asked nicely. I have a very large Ultima. Now, don't you love when you're like, all right, I'll draw a card, waste. I'll draw a card, waste. Draw a card, waste. That seems like a waste of card draw. They could gain life, lose life, but they need a way to, like, kill a flyer if they have one. Okay, this attack makes me think they either have Toxic Deluge, in which case I don't want to block, or Damnation, in which case I do want to block. I'm just not going to block. What you got? What's your poison? Avrail? Are you just gonna try to give this -3, -3? Yes, that is in fact exactly what they were trying to do. Guys, I was right to transform Everflame. Finally, vindication! Finally, Ironcrag feels useful! They still have 4 mana, so they could play Sheoldred. And maybe, just maybe, I'll draw a useful card. Oh, hey, Bahamut. Like, you are cool. And you will blast a thing. I'm gonna see if I can get one of my equipment, though, to, like, kill them right now. Or,
Power belongs to the patient.
get haste. Protection, that's cool. Okay, Bahamut. You hit that. Chapter 1, we bop the key to the archive. I can also play Void Winnower because it turns off most of their removal. Ugin doing a lot of heavy lifting this game. Sure, I'll Blight another swamp. Reduce the amount of black mana they have in case they're running Phyrexian thingamadings. They can't even. They can't. They're not able to even anymore. Oh, they're thought-seizing themselves to die. What a way to go. GG, Ardan. Serah Farron discounts your legends and then turns into a crystal, giving them extra power and toughness. I'm going to keep this because it has it in it. And I love it. It's great. It also gives me discounts. Discounts on big colorless things. Also, I really just like saying it as like a proper title. Like, yeah, what is it? It's it. That heralds the end. They're ramping. My god. And soon they're gonna have a woman and they're gonna turn her into a crystal! You could also call it Herald. Yeah, but it's it. Hi, Gwenna. Gwenna is legendary, but won't untap with Serah being cast. And I would really like to have more mana, because I didn't get a land here, so I gotta go for Key to the Archive. Let's see, claim the Firstborn. Could be fun, yoinking one of those things. And I'll drop Nettle Cyst. Does it also answer to the end? No. It is not the end. It heralds the end. They tap for mana. They cast the Serah. Now they have 4 mana, but they have a discount of 2 on their first legend they cast. Only creatures. Only creatures. Theon! Aw, I have to beat you up. You're, I think, one of my enemies. I'm like trying to decide what to go with here. I could technically claim Gwenna and use it to cast Cityscape Leveler and blow up Serah. Would I have had enough for the Winnower? I don't think so. Because it would be 1 mana to get 2. I hate Torrents. King Dad, the numbers. And the invasion of Gobekon. They'll get to exile something from my hand. King Super Bowl. I mean, this is, I think... 40, because it's 1 before 58, so it's 48th. We had Super Bowl 48, right? We're at that number. We're at King Super Bowl. No, my discounts. Now draw a land. Yay, lands! Lands can be good. Lands can help me get more mana. I wonder what they have in their hand still. I guess I could check. Boop, boop. I'm not using claim this turn. I could grab King Darien and sacrifice him. How is Scraps? She's doing well. Potentially shut them off green. Yeah, but I need to be able to attack. Okay, sure. I'll hit Steiner. A nice cheap legend. Am I keeping cool? It's actually not that hot out today, but it's very sticky in my apartment. My apartment hasn't cooled off from the hot days, so it's like super humid and still like 80. But yeah, I'm keeping cool. So Torrens has training. This will be able to flip. You just put a counter on yourself, right? Yeah. I'm gonna try to kill Torrens and I guess Soldier. They will get to draw a card off the Thought-Knot Seer. What's this? If I stole Serah and had her transform, would she stay under my control? Yes, she would. Pretty sure. Because she's not a creature? But I'm not 100% sure. That is a question for somebody who knows rules interactions better than me. Hi, Elish Norn. This is Elish Norn that stops on cast, or stops to enter the battlefield abilities, but not on attack abilities! Or on cast abilities. Here we go. So I'm going to bop Elish Norn. They can protect her with this. That's fine. It uses this up. I'm still left with the 8/8. I'll attack with Ultima to hit their Balaged Sanctuary. They still have green mana through Gwenna, but only for creatures. Awesome. Cityscape Leveler, be huge. Sigarda, Font of Blessings, gives their other things hexproof. So if I attack him with Cityscape Leveler, I have to hit Sigarda instead. And I can't hit their lands anymore. Aw, man. I'm just throwing down Void Winnower. It'll cut them off from a lot of different spells in their deck. Swinging in with the Cityscape Leveler. They can block and kill it. Oh, it can't block. Oh, that's cute. Just want damage. I can blight my own cards, but it doesn't make a difference. Making a 1/1. Except it's slightly larger, thanks to King Darian. Yep. Oh, wait, no, I should have grabbed it. I forgot that I could have stolen and sacrificed that. That's okay, I can do it on a future turn. Have a Scrawling Crawler. I have a very large winnower now. Yeah, I could have dealt 9 damage, stolen this, and then it would have died to state-based actions. Hey, Joan, thank you for the sub. Or Juan, I'm not sure. Thank you, Quatilla. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting my channel. That Tyvar can become indestructible. He's also very stealable. I like if they know about Claim the Firstborn. It's just like, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Who do I want to take? I do have double green, so I think I take Tyvar, activate him, and get silly with it. GG. Zurgo, Thunder's Decree, will be attacking in, going wide, and not sacrificing his mobilized tokens. I also want to attack in. I got the boots to make me go fast. I got Mind Stone, File, Rune Card Obelisk, a lot of big artifact ramp. Okay, I can still keep that. But I need my opponent to decide to keep their hand. Yeah, this is tough because this is an aggro deck, and well, Colorless does not have many ways to interact with or slow down their deck. They're also in both black and white, and also red, so they have lots of ways to kill Ultima. I think they're reading my commander. Yes, they were reading my commander. That's cool. I read my commander once. It's very boring. Maybe I can mess up their lands, though. Reading cards, imagine that. Ew. Oh, they are mulling and mulling and mulling. They're searching deeply for the right cards to hinder my cards. That's cool. I have boots with the spurs. And we play the Lava Spur boots. A Voice of Victory will stop me from playing things on their turn. Not that I do much of that, because I am a colorless deck. I have, like, 3 instants in the deck. There's the counterspell / kill multicolored. And there's the command. I think that might be it. Chief of the Edge. Ooh, gonna make those warriors stronger. This is not a warrior, but the tokens are. We'll go for the Rune Carved Obelisk and Mind Stone. I'll have plenty of mana next turn. I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Off by 1. I guess I could take some damage. If they play Zurgo here, I will be seeing these stick around, which is tough. Plenty of mana, but not plenty of life. It's fine. It's fine, chat. If I do that, I'll have 6 mana left to work with. Sword of Forging Frontiering them, I don't think is as good as just play the Cityscape Leveler and bop a guy. I could bop the Zurgo, I could bop the Chief, I could bop the Voice. I will bop the Zurgo. Boop. And I don't have enough mana to equip this. But I don't know. I think the Cityscape Leveler might be getting a sword soon. Oh, they're buffing their warriors even more. Do you swing in with everything here? I think you might. Yeah. That's so much damage. That's gonna be lethal, right? No matter what I do. They just got both the warrior lords out at once. No! I turbo ramped so hard. But not hard enough. Y'shtola, Knights Blessed. As a player loses 4 life in their end step, they'll get to draw a card. And it doesn't matter whose end step or what's causing the loss of life, who lost the life, it causes them to draw cards. And she can also cause that damage just by casting spells that cost 3 or more. Or I should say with a mana value of 3 or more. Here's the good news. I kept this hand because it has a Winter Moon. They're a 3-color deck. They're almost certainly Esper Control. You're not going to get many untaps. And it's going to force you to get less versatile lands. Prismatic Vista is getting a basic anyway, but I'm still playing this on curve, getting it where I can. And I can even counter / kill Y'shtola. Yeah, she's crazy in multiplayer. Yeah, on each player's turn in multiplayer, it's so tricky to be like, hey, yeah, did you guys get the thing? No? Okay. Do I feel like going for Ultima here? I don't have much off of Ultima. I'll just play the Obelisk, use it to Nully blast her. And then next turn, I could play Ultima into something else. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, leaving myself with 4 mana, and I can play the One Ring. Yay, non-basic centering. They can use this to get a basic island. Spectrum Sentinel is good at holding the equipment that I put in this deck. And it's also just, like, a cool card. Eldar Retreat. Oh, interesting. I could Blight one of their basics this turn. Because I can give Ultima haste. Let's do it. I'm gonna remove one of your blue. Good old colorless land hate the deck. This is still a basic, by the way. It will still untap. It just does not tap for blue mana anymore. Oh, how mortifying. They're killing Ultima. Ow. I'm gonna blight another one of your lands. Gotta make sure I'm tapping these first. Oh wait, no, I won't have enough to equip. I'll just go for the One Ring. Gonna set up for some card draw. The Spectrum Sentinel has gotten me a lot of life, which is awesome. Ghost Vacuum, giving you shoes, And if I see you trying to interact with your graveyard, I'm gonna go Slurp. Even now, I'll probably just hit Talion, since that would give me a copy of Talion at some point. I guess against them, I'd probably want to name like 3 or 4. Oh, a very curious kitty cat. Like, they can't deal damage to me. I have protection. I think they forgot. I did that rang thing. I lose a life. Ooh, a land, so I can... Ooh, I wanted to use that, but I can draw first. Oh, Ugin! 1, 2, 3. Oh, let's go for Ugin. And I'll hit your Felidar Retreat. One Ring certainly is a card. It's a stupid card. There's some blue, so they could counter Ugin, possibly countering his ability. Gale's End would let you hit either. Oh, Teferi's Protection. They're just going to phase everything out, so they keep their Felidar Retreat. I'll draw a card. Other Ugin! Hi, Other Ugin. I think we have our, like, cacophony of discounts here. Ugin has a ridiculously high amount of loyalty, so I'm just gonna let it hit him. This is damage to an opponent, not just damage. So, yep, Ugin's fine. And they're getting a Grim Tutor. What are you grimly tooting about? This will slurp something up from the graveyard again. I'll take the tutor. Hee toots. Ooh, more destroying stuff. I will... One, 2, 3... Ugin mana... Ultima? Cats. I want to double what these lands are tapping for. Cityscape Leveler. Bop it. Give the Cityscape Leveler boots. Swing in. Lethal. Thank you, Winter Moon and Opening Hand. Ureni of the Unwritten, a 3-color Dragon's commander that gets a dragon when it enters or attacks. Or at least it tries to. It's going to be checking the top cards of their deck and looking. I have card advantage and I have ramp, but not until 4 mana. I'm going to throw that back. This has kind of the same issue. But I'm going to keep this and hope that Urza's construction drone can help me get Urzatron! Urza's construction drone. It resolves, and it puts Urza's Mine, Power Plant, and Tower into my library. Whenever it attacks or dies, I get one of those. Okay, they tapped it. Ureni is oftentimes just going to be like ramp, haste enablers, maybe a roaming throne, so they can get lots and lots of Ureni stuff. Alright, I want to attack in first. Nice. Power plants. I need more ramp, or I could attack their hand. More ramp. Boop. I got 4 mana here. I would love to have a haste enabler for Ultima so I could be like, turn off your Ketria Trio. Make it tap for colorless only. Ooh, a Thunderbreak Regent. I'll attack in with both. Nice, that gets me all 3 of the Urza lands. Urzatron assembled. I could play Ultima, but I wouldn't have enough mana to play something else, so instead I'll just go for the Thought-Knots here. And go for whatever the biggest, most important thing is in their hand. Also, I'm kind of flooded. Okay, so this bounces everything. This bounces one thing. This is ramp. I also have a damage doubler. I think that the big bounce is going to be the bigger issue for me first. Yeah, Ultima can trade with a dragon. And I, again, have so much mana here. The problem is that all I have is mana. Twin Flame Tyrant! Liberator! You can bounce one of them. It's just which? Which do you want to bounce? Bounce Liberator? Okay, cool. Great news. I can afford to cast it again. I will block here. Do I feel like chump blocking that? Nah, next turn. So, like, RIP Ultima, I have enough mana to cast you again. This is all lands! Huh. Well, these won't be untapping, but that's fine. Ultima. I guess I should have Winter Mooned first for more. Yay. Let me draw. Yay! Card draw! Ooh, the Ping Lord! Lord of the Pings. That's like, yeah, I know they have flash, it doesn't matter. Okay, Winter Moon makes them untappy less. This doesn't tap for 2 anymore because I killed Goldspan. Sarkhan will make a treasure because they can behold a dragon! I will double block Twin Flame Tyrant. It has 6 damage to distribute because it gets doubled. And which is the ones? This is the one that taps for 3. Okay, so we untap you. Whee! Get a ping. Do a thing. At least he flies. Try to make him die. Oh, mana drain! That's tough. Because that's gonna mean that, if they play a dragon, and they will play a dragon, they'll have lethal. Like, they should have enough because of the mana drain, because it gets them 5 more mana to play a dragon. Ureni. Sarkhan finally gets to live out his ultimate fantasy of become dragon. I'll block Sarkhan, but lethal damage is still dealt. GG, Ureni. Obeka Splitter of Seconds will be doubling up on your upkeeps. Or maybe even more than double. The more times you can hit, the more upkeeps you can take. And with the addition of Genji Glove, we have a new way to take even more combats in their colors, because it's open to every color. I've got boots. Well, no, they've got boots. I've got the bauble, which I could use to ramp. I've got this ornithopter, which I can use to ramp. I'll play the ornithopter for now. Doing the bauble gets me land, which is better for Ultima. But I have, like, Ugin in hand. So I'm going to try to get, like, removal, since look at their colors, on this. Please do not, though, like Kolaghan's command me on a future turn. That would make me sad. Yeah, the way I'm doing this here is so I can Field of Ruin or Waste, it doesn't really matter which, Ring of the Luci, and then use that on the bauble. So they ramped, and they have haste, but it's going to cost them a little bit more mana. Also, right now, they don't have any upkeep triggers to double. Obeka's unusual. She's really, really cool, but she doesn't always do things. You really do have to set up, because an upkeep trigger is not something that's naturally that useful. It's an upkeep. It is what it is. I'm so ready for Bobble. Is it really pronounced Lucy? Yeah, it's like, wait, is Noctis's last name not Lucius? It's pronounced Lucis? Wow. Is she good for a Shrines deck? Kind of. She's very limited to her colors. So they played Arm Scavenger, which does have an upkeep trigger. It gives you an equipment and also discounts your equipment. Ring of the Lucies. Ring the Lucy Goosies. I've got enough mana for Ugin. And I can pay the 1, so I guess I'll hit the Arm Scavenger here. You could just call it the Lucky.
Fate flows as I will mend this insect.
Hi, Ugin.
Is vital to success.
Ugin makes mana, lets me Ulamog. All is good in the world. TG Obeka. Jin-Gitaxias turns into a saga, but only if your hand is full. You need to have 7 or more cards in hand in order to flip over their commander, but they'll be drawing cards as they cast spells. They cost 3 or more non-creature spells. I don't have many ways to interact with the mono blue deck, because they interact with the stack and with card draw, and I am colorless and cannot do that. Most of my interactive spells can only hit colored permanents, and only some of them at that. I guess I'll go for the Worn Power Stone, just try to get Ultima out very quickly, and hope we don't get mana drained. No, I'm being remanded. Okay. Okay. Oh, my sweet little Rampoid here is not doing much. Until it's gonna do everything! Worn Power Stone, again, go! Excellent work. Great rock. Yes, I also find my Ornithopter repulsive. It returns to my hand so I can give it a new paint job. So I'm pretty sure if I play Ultima here, it'll be a bad time. But I'm also still doing it because it's my commander, and I gotta do what I gotta do. Subtlety, they're gonna put it on top of my deck. I do have a card advantage piece here, so I don't mind doing that. They could have a way to shuffle it, but that's fine. I'm gonna keep that in my library. And the reason I'm doing that is because I need Ultima to come down and still have some lands untapped, so I can use it to cast more spells. That would be good. Subtle. So let's try it. I could also just go for, like, Cityscape Leveler, but destroying Subtlety doesn't feel very exciting to me. And if this resolves, I can do both. Memory lapse. All right, this time I'll go to the command zone. Fine. And the One Ring. Sure is, oops, all counter spells here. Notably, only one of these has actually cost 3 or more mana, so only one of these would have triggered Jin. Archmage's Charm, that's 3 or more. Dang, my card advantage. So rude. You have Ward 2, right? Yeah. Hi, Jin. Take another 3 in the air. And I do not have enough mana to destroy Jin. I will tap. Because I would like to be left with enough mana to cast Nettle Cyst. And look, my commander landed! Is Ultima gonna get turned into a toy? Perhaps a legitimate businessman? I'd really like it if he didn't. Oh, they're taking additional beginning phases. Well, I have so much mana to work with, so I'm going to start with Cityscape Leveler. I'm going to try to blast this, the Shadow. A piece of furniture with house meld. Please, no! They excluded it. They draw a card. I believe I still have 8 mana. See if they're gonna, like, bounce that back into their hand. Oh, they're brainstorming. I have 8 mana. 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 9. But not 10, so it can't cause a lack. And I also can't destroy Jin. Doesn't matter. Still going for it. Cityscape Leveler from the grave. Junk. Hey, I just want 8 damage at your face. Attacking with that and Ultima. Destroying Subtlety and making one of their lands just not tap for blue anymore. It's no longer going to be an island. It's going to be a Blight. Aw, Ultima's getting eaten by piranhas. Good for him. So I don't know if you kill him or you just leave him in play. Yeah, I think leaving him in play is a good move, since that way I can't just recast him in a couple turns. Will it stay a Blight even when Ultima's off the board? Yes, this is a permanent change. The ability is given by the counter, not by Ultima. A Caged Sun. I assume doubling what your blue is going to make. Blue. Mind Stone. I do mind. I'll cast Kozilek to fill up my hand. Kozilek might not resolve because we've seen what this deck is like. But I do get the card draw, which is nice. Hey, Kozilek resolved! Oh, I love that for him. There are birds fighting outside. It's a couple of finches, it sounds like. Cute. So I'm able to counter something that costs 2 or 5 mana by using Kozilek's ability. Or I guess 0 mana. River's Rebuke. That costs 6! I do not have the ability to stop that. One, two, three, four, five, six. So they're almost at Jin flippies. We'll see if I can get Forsaken Monument to resolve. That does stack with Ultima, by the way. So, like, that land just tapped for 3. I guess I could go for just, like, 2 things here, but I don't have any good 2 things. I'll go Ornithopter, and then as probably just, like, a chump blocker, Zenith Chronicler. It's not super chump blocker, because, like, it does get the buff from Forsaken Monument. Nice. And, if Ultima makes it through to the next turn, maybe we could do some cool stuff. But Jin-Gitaxias does bounce creatures. Are they gonna flip? They have so much mana with that Cage Sun. There they go. They have 7 cards in hand. They flip Jin-Gitaxias, and they draw an additional 7 cards. They have so much mana still. Are you going to bounce my Forsaken Monument? You could bounce my everything, but all my creatures are going to get bounced no matter what anyway. Oh, he's a legitimate business boy! Again. And since that does actually change his colors, he doesn't get the buff anymore. Are we brawling? We are brawling. It only hits creatures, right? Yeah. Born Power Stone. Nettle Cyst. I insist. Scooch that onto the Chronicler. R.I.P. Germ Token. Oddly, would not have been bounced. I just realized that is not a Phyrexian. That's so cute. Does Kozilek get me another draw? That would be so sweet to resolve. A Sinister Sabotage on Kozilek. Rip, my man, rip. Come on, Defense Grid. Yeah, make their counters cost more than half a land. This is a Phyrexian? Aww, aww. Tragedy has struck. This doesn't tap for colorless, it taps for colored mana, so it doesn't get doubled by Monument. Yeah, won't get bounced by Jin-Gitaxias. Will get bounced by Out of the Way! Oh yeah, we have Cryptic Command in Arena now. Dang it. Okay, those go back into my hand. Yeah, we don't have all this dust in Arena. And the board wipe Ugin is banned in the format. Weirdly. They're gonna get to cast however many spells they want from their hand for free next turn. Which, if that doesn't win them the game, they can always flip them over and try it again. I'm very happy this Forsaken Monument has stuck around, at least. Once again, I am going to attempt to cast Ultima! I have Perilous Vault, and it is in the deck. But it would get rid of my Forsaken Monument, too. Boo-hoo-hoo. Jin? Jin, please, you've taken so much from me. I am out of air. Considering, like, saving this to try to blast him. But it doesn't really matter because all their spells would be free and they just counter it. Zenith Chronicler. At least I'm gaining lots of life. That was like their 10th counter spell. That's it? Only 10th? I wish they would, like, decide which counter spell to use faster. I can't counterspell us all! They have a finite amount of no-nos. Yeah, but they have ways to, like, recycle their old no-no into new no-no. Trying to get, like, all of the life gain. Like, whatever. It's all getting bounced back into my hands. Okay. Rift me, Jin! There it is. Okay, everything goes back in my hand, as we expected it to. I'm going to be dropping Ornithopter, Winter Moon, Solar Transformer, Worn Power Stone, and I guess Sentinel maybe? No, I think Palladium Mirror. The cheap creatures are a little bit better with the Forsaken Monument. How do they win? Yeah, probably like a Hullbreaker Horror, or they flip him over, take 10 extra turns, and just beat me up with a 5/5. So let's see what happens. With Astos Oracle, they could draw every card in their deck and win like that. Yeah, I mean, they're halfway through their deck. You can't see it, but there's 52 cards left in their deck. Those are really the only cards you cast for free? Is everything else a counter spell? I guess I answered my own question. Hey, Jin, you flipping back over? Whee! $34 cards left. Help. Forsaken Monument. Does it land? I'd be surprised if it does. Tails End. Okay. Next up, Ultima, who will get bounced anyway. Just a reminder, not a Phyrexian. They squashed him. Where's my Scrabbling thing? The one that hurts them when they draw cards. Wouldn't that be nice? Alright, Zenith Chronicler, go be a Phyrexian at them. Snapcaster goes back into their hand. Right. That's a problem. Amy, if you want to scoop, no one will blame you. I want to play Magic. I just need a more impactful Eldrazi than this one. You know what would be awesome? Like, let me Emrakul their turn and draw them to death without the Thoracle. That would be cool. That'd be sweet. Yeah, I'm providing a public service. It's called preventing my opponent from playing against anybody else because they're too busy playing against me. Daring and bold technique. Thank you. I agree. Sublime Epiphany. That can hit both on cast effects and the actual spells. Like, that would be able to stop, say, the Emrakul I was hoping I could mess them up with. And then they can do it again because they have a Snapcaster. No, Tail's End is not gone. It's just in their graveyard. Everything that's in their graveyard can come back. All right. What are you casting? The Immortal Sun. Well, at least I'd get the discount of 2. And an orb. They can draw here without drawing themselves to death. And I think it leaves them with 3 cards left in their deck. So all they would need is Thoracle and a Snapcaster. Did you get it? And if they don't have it here, they can draw to it. You have ways to draw. Okay, Jace the Mind Sculptor. Wait. They just need some devotion. Okay, they just need some devotion. Yes, you do have infinite hand size. Triple unlimited hand size! My germ! Yee! Are you done yet? Oh, guys, they found Oracle! And they end the game. Took a while. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. Ultima is definitely a colorless commander, and it's not going to be as good as Ugin is, which should be obvious to anyone, but it's still pretty cool, and I do like making use of that on-attack ability. The hardest thing is that we're matching into a lot of decks that can ramp faster than colorless can ramp, so unless they are a very slow deck, it's going to be a bit of a race, and the creatures I am playing are kind of difficult when it comes to holding the line. That said, I think Ultima is still an interesting commander, and I do really like the utility of cutting off your opponents from colors. I think that is what Ultima does that makes him so interesting, and it works really nicely in conjunction with a lot of the other cards we have in the deck. I'm talking about the cards that are able to destroy your opponent's lands, like the Sundering Titan, or Wintermoon, which stops them from attacking. Truly, it is colorless stacks, or at least it's trying to be colorless stacks. If you're looking for the deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. And if you'd like to suggest a commander from Final Fantasy, please let me know. We only have like 3 weeks somehow until the next set comes out, so I'm doing my brewing as fast as I can. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.